The big news is that as of the third quarter of 2018, Michigan has now seen 9 consecutive years of job growth. From the third quarter of 2009 to the third quarter of 2018, we were able to examine records going back to 1939, and we have tied the all-time record for the most consecutive years of job growth in the state of Michigan, back before World War II. Unemployment came in at 4% in September, and that's actually the lowest level since the year 2000 for a monthly reading. So that's great news, but actually in our estimation, the job market today is not quite as tight as it was back in 2000 in Michigan. And one thing we like to point out is that the labor force was a lot larger back then. So there were more folks who were either working or looking for work. So today, Michigan's unemployment rate is just as low as it was back then, but there are more people who are out of the labor force. So we do think that there's still some slack left in the labor market in Michigan, but it's definitely getting closer to full employment. The other thing that we really stress to people when we're talking about Michigan's demographic future is that Michigan really depends on international immigration to bolster its population. And we actually, so the state of Michigan, the people in Michigan are getting older, just like folks everywhere. And we actually expect the non-senior share or the non-senior population in Michigan to decline between now and 2025. And what we have found is that that decline would be a lot worse if it weren't for international immigration into Michigan. So we really try to highlight that for policymakers, for people thinking about these issues, that if we didn't have people moving to Michigan from abroad, we would really be facing a much more difficult demographic future.